one, got the other. Okay. Oh, jumping around. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another edition of VR Concept Design with Seth Rutledge, me. So nearing the end of our week of Reckless Deck prompting. I think we got one more day after today. And as I mentioned yesterday a little bit, I'm starting a 2-month contract in a studio on Monday. So I have a feeling I'm going to do these a little less frequently during the summer. You guys got better things to do anyway, right? It's nice outside. I'm going to try to do at least 1 or 2 a week, probably in the evenings and then on weekends. But I got to be in the studio by 9:30 a.m. every day, so that's going to kind of limit my ability to VR stream at 10. The things we do to make money, you know. No, I'm really excited. It should be a cool project. I will hopefully learn some cool stuff working on it too, and then I can bring that into what I'm doing now. Anyway, so the Reckless Deck prompts for today are in the order that I drew them. Let's see. Slum, Alley or Slum was one. Intergalactic technology, magic technology, and ceramic, mud, or adobe. So if you think about that, literally that means I could design Mos Eisley for Star Wars, and it would totally cover the prompts. I'm going to do something a little different than that, but I just thought it was pretty funny. I was like, oh, and there's Star Wars. Okay. So one thing I want to talk about a little bit that I haven't mentioned a whole lot so far in these things is the hierarchy of which of those things is going to be important. So we've got, just like visual hierarchy of composition, where you have a subject and a secondary and all that kind of stuff, and lighting, where I tend to make everything in sort of 4 value thumbnails of brightest, medium bright, medium dark, dark, black. You want to kind of pick which of those 4 is going to jump out at you first and to what level of importance. I think that for me, on this one, I'm going to say that almost in order of importance that I picked them, well, no, not quite. I think that Slum/Alley is going to be the most important. I want it to feel slummy. So that one's going to start us off. I think that the second most important one is going to be the ceramic. Then I think probably intergalactic technology, and then I'm thinking magic. So again, pretty much like Mos Eisley. If you think about it in terms of Star Wars, when you first see those buildings, the first thing you think is, or I think, is Slum. And then after that, you get, it's desert and, adobe looking. I suppose you could argue which of those 2 is the most important. And then after that, you get the tech bits. And the magic is real subtle, and you kind of need to know about the Jedi, and it kind of goes into a 4th read sort of thing. We're going to do something kind of similar. So influence-wise that I've been looking at and thinking about than looking at, are like the favelas in Rio, because those are just really iconically interesting looking to me. And I can't remember what it's called, but one of the Overwatch videos they made, there was like a Venice town, and kind of a stairway going up, and or not a Venice town, but like a poor Italian town, and I thought that was super cool looking. So I'm kind of going to try to do something like on an incline like that a little bit. That's kind of what I'm working out here with this sketch area. And yeah, and then obviously Star Wars. There's no kind of getting around it. And for magic, I'm thinking less Jedi and more almost like Full Metal Alchemist, sort of some like, I'm thinking maybe protection circles on the walls or something like that. So it's a little bit less Eastern and Jedi and a little more actual, what we can think of as like Western Hermetic magic. And angle-wise is going to be something kind of like this. And I'm just laying in my sketch here right now. Oh, and one other thing I'm going to do while I'm thinking about it. Let's go to paint. I want to pick a color for this. So in doing these this week, one of the really valuable comments I've gotten has been that once I texture them, it gets harder to read unless I take them into Photoshop and kind of paint them up. That, like, the 3D textures, and I agree, kind of require a lot of lighting and finagling to make really readable. And because I actually have painting work to do after this today, I can't really afford to spend the hours and hours it takes to fake the lighting in 3D so that everything looks good. So I'm not going to texture this one today once I get into the key shot. I'm going to just rely on the vertex color painting here to sort of establish materials a little bit, but it's going to be way more like flat color, sort of cell shaded sort of stuff. And because of that, I need to pick some colors here. Yeah, there we go. So this is going to be like my clay color that I'm thinking of. Let's maybe put the door. I'm not exactly sure where my camera angle is going to be yet. So we are going to build a bit of an environment more than just a single shot. Kind of yesterday I was way more thinking, I kind of knew where I wanted my shot to be, and I made it pretty much that. Today I'm not quite as firm on how it's going to look. I might shoot from kind of coming down the street or going up the stairs. I think I'll probably go up the stairs, but I'm not 100% yet. So I'm going to build a bit more of an environment, which is fine. It's fast to do. This is kind of the angle I'm thinking of, is something like in here like this, and then up that there, and then this is going to be, you know, a building here, and right across here like this is a roof, and then just go ahead and take it down around and fill this wall in here, just in case we change our camera angle slightly. We kind of have nice edges of things that work. And here, and then just for interest's sake, maybe we do a tall building here. Like that. And then we'll give it a wall over on the side. Oh, I can just go bigger. Whew, I forgot. I'm working really small. I've started really trying to make these things much smaller than I had been, just because it uses a lot less polys and it makes it faster to model in. And then it means when you do want to use a shape, you're not limited by the fact that you can only get it so big, which I was having with some of the robots last week and mech parts, is that I couldn't get things any bigger because I was working at the maximum size scale, whereas I can blow this up huge. So like now that door is still Seth entrance walkable sized, and we're looking at it like this, and that's like kind of ground level. Let's take it down so that's flat, just to see how it feels. Yeah, so that's sort of like standing in my space looking at it right now. I probably need to do a bit more there. Definitely need to do a bit more there. It's very helpful to sort of see. So let's build that along there a bit more. Give that there. Some on here, put a roof. And then over here we'll put a roof. let's increase this wall there. I've actually been doing really well for work today, so I got a little bit of time to play. And these have not been taking nearly as long as I feel like they do. I'm like, oh, I've been working for a long time, and then I stop and it's like, it was 30 minutes. These environments don't take as much time as some of the more character-based stuff. So we can take advantage of that, and let's maybe try to make something, we don't have to rush through it, is what I'm saying. I'm going to put a door here in a minute, but let's see, I want to put another building here. Like that. And let's fill it in on this side too. I'm not going to bother with the back side because we know that's a back side. So we got some stuff there going up. Yeah, feels grimy, dirty, slummy. It's cool. This is not angling exactly the way I want it to. That's a little too. Let's set our move tool to alternate. Inner radius a bit higher. Active layer only. Let's see. Yeah. That's a little better. Yeah, okay, that's a little better. So we're down in here, and if I were continuing this, maybe I will. I want to have something. So the ground. I'm not going to bother the ground, I think, but the ground go there, and then here, another building, and then let's put as if the wall kind of goes the road goes that way, and the building goes up and over. So we've blocked that exit hole. Okay, and then we'll need to. And that should really be vertical. Don't think I need to, but let's just go to that. Decrease our poly count. Clean things up a little bit. Okay. So there's like that. So again, we're looking at if this is going to be our sort of our POV, then we're like here, and you got a building there. Probably want another building. I'm going to shrink it down and try to stay vertical. Another building like that. There. Yeah, cool. Okay. Like that. So there's our angle. Look in there. That one leans, but that's okay. We're kind of slummy, and that's kind of part of the charm, I guess. Let's maybe make this straight, though. Shrink it down. That'll feel less like a lean. Cross there. And we probably want to fill that in there. And instant slummy area. Just add water. That's kind of cool. That's sort of feeling where I want it to be. Let's increase our ground. And let's quick save. And let's see what our poly count is, and base our lowering down on that. 200,000. Yeah, we're not even going to bother. That's a fine poly count for this. There's no need for us to spend any time shrinking this down. Put a little lip around the outside here for that one. This one doesn't really need it as much. But let's kind of maybe straighten up our doorway a little bit. Kind of going for that like Adobe look. Like I want it to almost feel extruded out from the. It's not supposed. It's supposed to feel organic. I don't want it to be very machined looking. I just want it to feel kind of natural. That's looking cool for me though. I like that. In terms of windows, I don't think I'm going to put a lot on. I might add some techie bits as another layer to give us some windows, something else later. I might actually, since we're so small and we've got time right now, that's probably going to give me hell for actually, because I'm not sure. Let's new layer, decrease the res. I'm gonna do that there, and now I can delete it if I need to. What the heck is that? I don't know what layer that's on. It's on that one. Okay, so now I can get rid of that wall if I want to, but it gives me a neat kind of sense of something to angle things along. And then, God, man, I just like world building, so I do this forever. It goes down. So, there. And there. It's this part that I love. It's like, oh, what does the map look like? And it's super powerful to be able to do this in VR and just be kind of like, yeah, cool. Yep, oh yeah. So a camera angle of about here might really work for us for what we're trying to do. Let's save again. All right, so next thing, let's just go put some doorways in. I'm gonna switch to my custom shapes. And actually, I don't think I moved them. Let's go to custom. And at the top, yeah, so these are the ones I created for Magic. I was saying, remember? Let's increase the res a couple times and set to a nice, just a gray for our doors. And single, so I get a good thing. Let's see if this is high enough res. Yes, yes it is. So what if our doors kind of look like that? And then from the other side, let's actually do it this way first. Kind of thinking as I go along. There's a door. Yep, I like that. And now, single. So it's got like a protection circle, or like you literally get in the door by having Magic Sigil read that, which could be neat. Something like that. That's cool. And again, very low obvious on our sense of how we're doing things. We don't want to feel beaten over the head with magic, but we do, like if you look, it's there, and that's what I find neat. Now, let's make this a bit bigger. Now we got a real door. Okay. Down, single, and there we go. So, door, cool. All the doors I want, I think. Save again. So we've now established a slummy feeling. I definitely get that. We've got a very subtle fourth read for magic. So we've done our first, our second, and our fourth. We don't have any third read stuff yet, and that would be mechanical bits. So let's do just a little bit of stuff that makes it feel more high-tech. And I want to go to, I don't know what color to use. A very desaturated blue. Let's see. Okay. And I'm going to go to a new layer. Because later, even though I'm not going to texture it for what I'm doing today, I might want to texture it down the road. So let's have it on a layer where I can separate out my materials should I want to. So I don't know what kind of a society would have a combination of magic and tech, but certainly something, right? We've allowed that kind of vibe to feel accurate in our worlds before. That's cool. I like that shape. Let's push it in a bit more. Out a bit more. Let's move it where we want. Okay, so we got some tech. Do that same shape here, and then move it into place. I don't know what it is, but it's cool, right? That's what matters. So I hope it's cool. Everyone's definition of cool is going to be different. Don't let anyone tell you that yours is not legitimate. Actually a couple people have kind of done me wrong recently this week on that, and it's bullshit. Guys, your level of what you think is cool matters. That's what you're here for. It's kind of who you are. Don't let anyone take that away from you. Someone's gonna like what you do. If you like and excited about what you do, that's what matters. And if you don't try to do what someone else feels is, I don't know, corporately appropriate, or if you want to work in games, you need to do this. It's bullshit. Don't listen to them. I'm pretty convinced of that. And a couple of art directors that I've talked to who I really respect are also pretty convinced of that. So it's not just me. Be who you are. That is the best thing you can do for this whole process. And why would you want to be somebody else anyway? Like, that's it's so sad that we let ourselves listen to other people to be somebody we aren't, just because, like, well, Jamie Jones does it, or whoever. Dude, be your own artist. Be who you are. Make cool shit. That's, what's the thing? Be a fucking lion. Like, be a fucking lion. So anyway, kind of tangenty, I'm sorry, but it is kind of, it's come up a couple times for me this week now, actually, and I just want to make sure that everyone else gets the same level of approval. What you're doing is okay. Be who you are. Fuck anybody who tells you differently. That's not their job. Obviously, learn, get better, improve your sense of design. I'm not saying that we are all 100% right and have no need to listen to anybody else, because that is also stupid. But I'm going to go to a new layer just in case I want to mess with this something else. Listen, learn from other things, whatever. But that really applies more to sort of technique, I feel, than it does to sense of what is cool. Believe your own sense of what is cool. If you don't, nobody will, and you should. Let's look at it again from sort of human-sized. I love being able to do this so much. It's so cool. Yeah. Okay, so back to soapbox off. Let's do some other things now. It's like some sort of support holding the building up a little bit. If you've seen that, I actually have seen that in slums and stuff before, where like the things start starting to shift. It doesn't really work super well anymore, so they literally just put up things like that to hold things in place. And it's kind of cool looking. And now I just kind of like that pipe. Kind of cool looking. Just some sort of secondary reads. Again, so like you feel like, oh, I'm in a slum. Oh, it's made out of, mud. Oh, there are techie bits here. So it must be a world that's a bit higher tech than I had first thought. This is not, current modern day. That's kind of neat. Anything. So let's make sure we're relatively vertical here. Something like that. How do I feel about it? Maybe I liked it better that way. For right now, okay. That's kind of neat too. Give it a bit of that. Okay. And then maybe, because this is a cool shape, yeah, okay, that's cool. So maybe part of this Adobe has been placed on top of sort of this metal superstructure things that we're looking at, and it's not it's sort of, if you could go underneath the dirt and grime, you'd see an old structure of something that used to be high tech and now is not. I like that idea, but let's fix it in a radius even higher. That across there. Kind of a gate. Yeah, we're going up. I like it. Let's go new layer. Increase the res 3 times. Pick a new color. I don't really care what color, just so it's a sort of a different thing. And now let's go grab some rocks. And I want some flat stone steps, essentially. I don't want to see that. Like, these are cool. These are the ones that are built by the medium guys. And they did a sweet job of it. But I don't want their what do you call it? It's got like some designs and stuff on it that are cool, but I don't want for this. So yeah, so I want to go this way. I think, yes. Right. That way? Yes. Reset it. Tool applicators the way I want it. And some stairs, basically. Just to emphasize that we're going up and give us something cool. Like that. Yeah, that's cool. I dig that. Just one more so we see it from here. This is, I think we sort of established this is going to be our primary POV probably. So put a thing there. It's like a stone, so it's like under sand almost now. No, we don't need one there. Yeah, that's looking nice. I like this environment. I hope it turns out as well as I'm feeling like it does. Another new. I want to put like a window in here. Put a mechanical. And I think we're going to do this. Put one right There. I'm going to go with a different color. It doesn't need to be because I'm on my own layer, but just so that it reads different and I know when I'm looking at it. The shape like that, that's fine. Because then I want to go underneath it. Well, I'll do that in a minute. Put that there. And this here. And then maybe even here. And let's move it in a little bit. There. Okay. So those are our window shapes. Let me see where I am in my room again. I feel like I'm moving around. All right. Okay. Those are our window shapes. Let's do one more. There. So, ooh, and here. So we'll put that there. Now, new layer. Increase its res once. And let's go grab, I don't know. I'm either deciding between something flat or something with kind of some neat texture to it. And I wish I had something that was kind of both. Let's try this. Let's go with a different color so I can see it. And move it. No, not quite. Although actually I just kind of like that part. I mean, remember that for later. Let's just just grab a plate. Just gonna go with something solid. I'm literally just gonna turn it around. Like that, yep. So. There, and then I'm gonna erase it out again. Okay. My nose is in it, feels weird. There. There. Cool. And this was the last window I made. Okay, so now let's go to, I like my square for an eraser and continuous. And nuke it out of there. So it's only in the circular part. This one, I'm actually going to need to nuke a little bit of the underlying initial structure as well, because I got some sand there. So back up to layer 1. Get rid of that. And there's our window. So now we have sort of window shapes here floating around. Looks good. Looks good. We're in here. I feel like we're getting a techie read. Most of our detail is captured right in around here, and that's cool. I like that. I think I might try. I was thinking about this before. Let's grab single. Use a different one. How big can I make this thing? Is this the one I want? No. Let's see. Not that one either. That one's too simple. That one could be cool. Let's try to see. I'm looking for that one. There we go. And I'm just gonna. That's as big as I can make it, but because it's on its own layer and I'm not doing symmetry on this one. I can go here and I can transform it and make it larger. And then I can literally just I can move that and place it. Something like that. Yes. So something like that I like. That's going to be like our magic circle for the... So this is maybe powering things? Who knows? Like, but this is some kind of a device that does something. Let's change its color to the same rock color that I had before here. Doesn't matter, but I just think the blue is a little distracting. Again, if I were actually going to color this for finals, I would do it differently. So let's do that. So now it fits in. And now I'm going to go with another new layer. We'll leave the res exactly how it is and go to, I'm going to try just using this tool. And color, select the ground. And what I want to do is get off a single and go to scale. Maybe fill this in, and we'll see if I can make it work when I smooth it. But I want to fill it in with a bit more resolution, just so it doesn't seem like it's stamped on top, but like it's actually part of things, and maybe gives a little bit of more high frequency noise in the ground. I don't like it yet, but let's see what happens if we smooth it. It's not bad. I'm going to try with a different shape, I think, rather than this circle. Let's go with rocks and something kind of that and continuous. And that's a little better. Something like that. And then again, smooth it. Let's see. Yeah, maybe I don't like it. Not that far out anyway. That's okay though. So we're gonna kind of stand here. It's a teleport in spot, right, for a player game. So like you arrive here as your starting square. And you know, it glows nicely if it's fully textured. And you look around, and you're like, ah, yeah, I'm in the slums. That looks good over there. It goes down. We need a matte painting back up here of some like cliffs and shit. That would be cool. We got our windows. I like how they look. We got our doors. I like how they look. So it feels lived in. There's techie bits enough to make you feel like, yes, something is happening here. I'm going to do one more layer. I'm going to go to clay, circle tool, and grab a dark color again, and give it some cables. Just a few, kind of like, but I'm going to smooth first. Steady stroke is up a bit. So on it. That's too small. This or increase the res. Still too small. Increase the res again. cool. It's going to connect there. This is going to loop up and over there. Here. In. There. Just to give us, I just like cables, man. In. Cool. Couple of, let's see, loose floating cables. Like that. Like that. Yeah. Helps to give it a sense of something. There. Maybe we have a couple like, let's see, this is vertical, so it's going to be kind of just dangling there. There we go. Let's save it. That's feeling like it works to me. I like the space. I feel like I've hit my 4 design challenges that I set for myself. I feel like I got a nice sense of depth and a nice sense of scale. I think we're going to call it. Quick save. Export. We're at 6 mil. Sweet. Yeah, so I am going to take this into Keyshot to render it. I'm going to try with these vertex colors and see how it looks. If that doesn't look clear, I might just set it just to gray, but I'll put it with a decent render with some light. And then I'll post it up on Instagram. Thank you guys for watching and your support. If you're watching on YouTube, that means you're watching the archive, and I do these on Twitch. I'm not sure what the schedule is going to be starting next week, but they're done live on Twitch. If you're watching on Twitch, because they're not going to be live, or as many are live soon, yeah, check them out on YouTube, and then you can see it anytime. You don't have to worry about it as much. And I appreciate it, and hope you guys are having a great day, and I hope you have an awesome weekend. Okay, later. Bye.